Our matchup here today, though, is an intriguing one. A couple of very defensive teams that will rely heavily on their experienced and talented goalkeepers as we get things started with the Bruins in possession to start things off. Bruins come into this season after a 10-9 year last season, 5-5 in the Pac-12. They made the tournament and lost in the first round of it to Portland 1-0. But the Bruins have a brand new head coach in Ryan Jordan, and there's a lot of optimism with what he brings to the program.
Yeah, Ryan Jordan, first year here at this school, UCLA. He did play, coach for 6 seasons. So he is not coming in totally inexperienced.
Yeah, he's coming in from Pacific, a team that he really turned into a powerhouse out there on the West Coast. So he knows how to revive programs, but not a whole lot of reviving needed here for UCLA. There's so much talent on this roster. Just a matter of putting it all together. Northwestern gets a nice tackle here on the attack, but it's given away immediately. And the Bruins controlling it. That's Andrew Paoli in the corner. And he kicks it out for a Northwestern throw. So the Cats have an opportunity here early to try and get a shot on that man at the goal for UCLA. Justin Garces, who is a sophomore, started 14 games between the pipes last season. Was a stud for the Bruins. Here's a cross sent in well over the goal, and then a shot that pops onto the top of the net from Matt Motorwell. And the Bruins squandered an opportunity there. But Justin Garces allowed 17 goals in his 14 games last season. He had 34 saves, a save percentage of about 67%. He was a star in between the pipes and somebody that UCLA is going to rely heavily on this year.
He is, just like the guy on the other side of the field, his counterpart Mia Miskovic. Justin Garces is a sophomore.
Yeah, Justin Garces had the most wins and the best goals against average of any UCLA freshman goalkeeper since 2000. So high expectation for him. You mentioned Miha Miskovic on the other side. He's another star goalkeeper that should wreak some havoc in the Big Ten this year. And a Northwestern team that is not unfamiliar with this field here at Jerry Yeagley Field in Bloomington. They've been here plenty of times, facing the Hoosiers normally. Big Ten tournament last season, Northwestern played 2 games here. A 3-1 win over Ohio State and a 2-1 loss in overtime against the host Hoosiers. UCLA on the attack here. Early in this one, no score, a couple of minutes in. Here's Powell in the midfield, sends it over to the near side. UCLA has some returning guys that can really make a difference, and one of them is Milan Iloski. He's there in the middle of the pitch. And he's somebody to keep an eye on as UCLA will get a throw in here. Konstantinos Mihalidis is going to throw it in for UCLA, and he's one of the many freshmen that we will see on the pitch today. Northwestern starting one, it's Jack Ratterman. He'll be a defender for the Wildcats in a back line that's very experienced for Northwestern.
Wolverines winners of 14 straight and 28 of 29. The Hoosiers have won 7 straight. A streak has to end today. And the tip is won by the Wolverines, and Xavier Simpson will cross the timeline for the Wolverines. Poole in the left wing, guarded by Durham. Screen from Teske. Matthews into the corner for Simpson, down the baseline, cut off by Green. Simpson rolls around the screen to the basket, right-hand layup good.
Now Indiana just got tangled up on the defensive switches there, and that's an easy bucket for Simpson curling into the paint.
Wolverines strike first, 2-0, 1933 first half. Langford, top of the key, screen from Morgan. Langford fumbles and a turnover and a foul.
Well, not the start that Indiana wanted on the road, Austin. What did we talk about earlier? You had to play sound defense and take care of the basketball at the other end. Romeo just a little too careless with his dribble on the perimeter there, and that's what Michigan's defense will do. Terrific guards. It starts with Simpson. He's one of the best on-ball defenders in all the Big Ten.
So the foul on Langford is his first and the first foul of this ball game. Brazdakis on the right wing. He's been the phenomenal freshman for Michigan. Poole, step back jumper, swish. And Michigan has a 4-0 lead. Indiana's been known to start slow. Can't afford that today against the number 2 team in the country. Langford on the right wing. A screen from Morgan. Double teamed is Langford. Now fires it over to Morgan, right wing. He'll pull up for 3. Too strong, and the rebound tipped out to Jordan Poole for Michigan. Simpson will cross the timeline. Makes Devontae Green slip, but doesn't do anything with it. They enter it to Teske in the post. Teske back out to Matthews. Matthews splits double team, fouled on his way inside. Durham and Morgan were there. They're going to credit it to Jawan Morgan. That's his first, team second.
Indiana, a little bit of a hectic start, just have not been able to get their feet under him. Jawan Morgan, not the best look from three. He wasn't able to square it up. And then at the defensive end, Michigan is getting close to the basket early and often.
Hoosiers went down as many as 10 against Illinois on Thursday before rallying back. Simpson into the corner for Brazdeikis. Dribbles it out to the left wing. Now into the left corner for Simpson, working on Green. Down the baseline. Simpson double team on the hedge from Morgan. Bounce pass to Teske. Baseline jumper off the mark, and the rebound, Devontae Green. Green across the timeline. Here's Langford to Durham, right wing. Screen from Morgan. Durham slips it to Morgan in the corner. Thought about a three, now puts the ball on the ground. He's going to dribble to the basket. Shovel pass for Smith is tipped away. Smith gets it back. Durham right wing to Morgan. Left wing, he's going to fire a three. Rims out, but a putback slam. Justin Smith dunks it home right on top of Iggy Brazdeikis, and the Hoosiers have their first basket.
Bam, that's his game right there, Austin. Takeoff. He's got that 48-inch vertical flying in for a big stuff.
4-2 Wolverines, 17:48 to go. Pair of 3-0 teams in the Big Ten. Here's Simpson, left wing for Brazdeikis to the basket, up and under, is good.
Mason Dodd will lead things off for the Whitecaps under much cloudier skies than first pitch was here in the second inning. First pitch misses outside on Dodd, who's one of the two lefties in this lineup. Jamie Shevchuk has left in. It'll be him and then Duke Ellis in the 9th spot. And then, of course, Gage Workman is a switch hitter, so he'll bat righty against Wauk. Misses on the first two to Mason Dodd. It's 2-0. Dodd has been 0 for his last 8 in the 2 games combined against Chatham. Hoping to try and snap out of that here today. Lets it go. It's a strike, 2-1.
That's a real tough pitch for a lefty to face, and big reason why Franklin and Collette aren't in the lineup, because it's a nice two-seamer off the hand as Wauk starts outside and the chalk and then hits the black.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Dodd had a 2-0 advantage early. Couple of strikes. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Zwack allowed a single and a walk in the first, but his catcher helped him with a caught stealing. Dodd flies it out of play. They caught Gage Workman trying to take third, and then after Tyler Gentry walked with 2 outs, it was a strikeout to Tyler Hardman. So just 4 batters faced in the first for Zwack. 2-2 to Dodd. Grounder up the middle, over the head of Zwack. This one will be close. Dodd to first. Got him by just a quarter of a step. It looked like he might have been safe, but they're going to say he is out for the first out.
Well, Tom Ryberg's much closer than I am, but I didn't think that one was even a debate. I thought Dodd was easily there, but one away.
He's frustrated as he heads back to the dugout. It'll bring up Marcos Castadon, who's had some big hits in the past couple of days. Big one at Chatham that temporarily gave the Caps the lead before it was lost later in the ball game. And had another double last night. Upped his average over 200 to 203 now. Leads the team actually in walks. But he's now 0-2 after a couple of inside pitches he fouls off. I talked to him before the game. He's had to play in so many positions the past couple of days. Second, third, and short. And he said the only one that's different is third because you have to deal with bunts. But other than that, everything is very similar for him.
He's a very athletic guy, so the middle infield comes very naturally for Marcos. And as I said an inning ago, he's really stepped up his play there the past few days.
He also said, when I asked him about a different approach maybe when there's runners in scoring position, he said he's always just trying to do the same thing no matter who's on base. He lifts this one up into foul territory and left. Galland is all the way over, but he runs out of room into the bullpen of the Whitecaps. 1-2 on Castanon, who's fouled off a couple of pitches. He basically said, I'm just trying to do whatever I can for the team, whether there's nobody on or the bases are loaded. And he's got nobody on here with one out, trying to spark something in the second. The 1-2. Fouled off again, staying alive. 2 for 10 in his 3 games against Harwich. Has 1 RBI. That was off a sac fly. 1-2 from Zwok. Swing and a miss. He got him with the off-speed pitch. And Castanon heads back to the dugout after the Caps' second strikeout of the game.